All right, welcome back to another episode of Stories from the Saloon. My special guest today is none other than Eric Prebles.
Hello.
My partner for quite some time. It's from Fairfield Township, and when we were together, there was nothing good going on. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and we're going to go from there. So first of all, you weren't born here. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Liberty Township area. So my dad's from Pittsburgh. Got kind of stupid, moved to Cincinnati when he met my mom. She was an Erlanger gal. Then they had us, grew up in Liberty Township, the whole time. And then, now live in Loveland. Got a beautiful wife, shout out to Steph, of 13 years, 12 years, 13. I don't know, I don't look between traffic anymore, just walk. And then
You let me know what that exact date is. We'll put that in post edit.
Yes, that's October 6th, I think. October 6th, 2012.
I mean, I got the pictures, so I can tell you for sure.
That's okay. All right, good. I'm off to a great start.
So, prior to getting to the fire service, what did you do?
Originally, never wanted to go in the fire service. Didn't grow up.
Me either.
Didn't grow up thinking I was going to do it. I was an athlete. Wanted to go to school, college specifically to play ball.
Did you say mathlete or athlete?
Athlete. Definitely not a mathlete. I do like math.
Yeah, me either.
But, I went to college to play sports. Went to Wittenberg. We just did this the other fucking day. I went to like 10 different colleges when it was all said and done. Legitimately 10 colleges. Kids, you never know what you want to do till you figure it out. I'm 41 and finally figured my path out, I guess. So went to college, played sports, got hurt, and then had no clue what I wanted to do. Went to Miami Hamilton to finish out like the first year so I could get my dad off my back about school, and then went up to Ohio State. Might have been asked to leave Ohio State because of my grades in partying. So then I got back here and was like, what am I going to do now? Andy Garner, who you know and some of the people may know, he had just finished firefighting school. It was his younger brothers, Danny and David, are my best friends. Going on 30 plus years now. I met him when I was 10. So I've known Andy's been like a brother to me. And he's like, look, you don't have a path. You don't know what you're doing. I just finished this fire school stuff. Give it a look. I said, fuck it. All right, let's see what this does. So then I went to fire school out in Hocking, out in Nelsonville, which is about 10 minutes outside of Athens, Ohio. And then got a job at Fairfield Township. And then boom, we went from there.
That kind of led me to my next question. You kind of answered it already, and that was what made you want to shatter your dad's dreams of being an engineer and become a firefighter.
I just wanted to say fuck you, Dad, and I'm going to do what I want to do. This is my path. Actually, when I went to Cincinnati State, one of the 10 colleges, for engineering, I did about 2 weeks of that and said, no, this ain't going to work. I can't understand computers. This is not going to happen. So I never really knew what I wanted to do. And Andy, who was also an athlete, said that it's got that firefighting had that same team vibe. And I didn't understand that initially. And until I got into the game, like, okay, I see what he's talking about now. And the brotherhood, man, it changed everything.
Yeah. So, obviously, what year did you get hired? I can't remember.
2007.
2007, okay.
Yep.
I can't remember what year we actually met, but as soon as we found out that we were both Steelers fans, we were hitting it off immediately.
It was game on, baby.
So, sorry, Cincinnati fans. Yes, we are Steelers fans. So, and Fairfield Township was the only fire department you worked in?
So yes, the funny thing about that is I had applied. So when I first started applying to jobs, Andy was like, "Hey, put one into Fairfield. I've got connections. We can hook you up." I said, "Okay, cool." Went with Liberty Township too. Wasn't good enough. Couldn't score well. And then everybody's like, "Well, go to Sinclair Township. They hire fucking everybody." Well, I applied there and didn't hear shit for like 3 months. And then Township, it was Jim Coggins called me. He's like, "Hey, you're in." So, okay, let's go. And a couple months later, Sinclair called me. I'm like, "I ain't fucking going to that." No, I'm good, baby.
So, our paths are very similar.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do this either.
Okay.
But I pretty much did it to prove to my dad I could do it.
Yeah.
Because I was a shitbag.
Yeah.
Drawing unemployment, sleeping all day.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
that
yeah.
kind of thing. And St. Clair didn't hire me. I had too many points on my license. I'm like, and then, I tried St. Clair. Who else did I try? They're like, yeah, you got too many points on your license. And then in Fairfield Township, my dad obviously worked with Downey.
Right.
And his partner was assistant chief.
Okay.
Prebles.
Okay.
So they said, yeah, have him come on up. We'll hire him.
All right.
So, I went up there to talk to Chief at Company 2 on Tynersville. And we're sitting out there in the bay. And mind you, it was all volunteer back then. And the tones go off. He's like, you want to go on this run? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Because he was telling me, hey, stop by Tuesday night. That's the trustees meeting. That's when we're going to put you on. Be there. So I'm like, cool. So tones went off. He said, you want to go? I said, yes. He said, just jump in the back and do what they tell you to do.
Right.
So we had to wait for the crew to get there. So they pulled out on the pad, and we're sitting there waiting. I could hear, like, the volley sirens coming. All of a sudden, this back door opens. This guy with a beard walks in and goes, who the fuck are you? I'm like, I'm a new guy. That was my introduction
Welcome
to
to Fire
Fairfield
Service.
Township. Yes. Yeah. So your dad was an engineer, correct?
Correct.
And props out to Dad. He's cool. How many times do you think he had that look on his face, like, oh, I want to kill this kid?
Growing up? Growing up for the last week.
I can just see your dad doing it. Mom's good.
My mom was, they're both great parents. My mom was real mellow, and my dad is too, but to your point, I was a normal kid who got into some shit, so he probably had that look on his face twice a week, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
And even, so we actually work together now at a company. He's in part-time retirement, which he needs to just be in fucking full retirement, just be done. But he's one of those, he's got to work because it's what he's done. It's what he's
Yeah.
always done. And so we work together now, and it's kind of cool to see, I guess, the softer side of him. Because I'm used to not when I say the stern side, he was a great father. He wasn't hands on anything like that, but he had expectations.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion, as a good father would. So it's cool to see how he's just kind of like chilled out a little bit more now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm afraid of him, but I'm not.
He still doesn't let you borrow the Harley?
No, he won't let me touch it. Oh, he sold the fucking. So he sold this bike, and you've seen it. It was that black cherry, just beautiful, and sold it for dimes on a penny. And shouldn't have, and now he's got that itch again. Well,
Yeah.
he's like, I want to ride, I want to go back. So I want to get a bike myself, and he's like, well, if you get one, then I got to get one. And my mom's like, you're not getting a fucking bike, we're not doing it. So he's got the itch, which means I got the itch even more.
Yeah. We haven't rode ours. I don't think we rode ours at all last year.
Are you shitting me?
Nope.
The black one?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, people are fucking idiots.
Well, it's
It's
okay.
even more these days. They're not watching out for bikes and everything else.
No.
So I actually started wearing a helmet. So,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I know.
It's fucking over.
but I mean, it's kind of
you know what,
it's
I'm
kinda
done.
like
I don't need to.
It's a skull cap. Kinda,
All
you know
right,
what
so
I mean?
you look respectful. Not
Yes,
not all
yes.
the
I don't have
all
the
way-
mushroom head. Yes, I don't look like I'm riding a fucking Vespa.
Fucking put my face right in this thing.
There you go.
Real deep black.
All right, so now we'll get into what we really came here for.
Okay,
The
absolutely.
shenanigans.
Absolutely.
Which were
Shit, I can already see some.
You
of
can
the
already
pictures.
see them.
Yeah, this isn't gonna be good for me.
See them. So, where should we start out here? How about this picture right here?
It was a great night.
It was the best slash
It was,
ever.
It was a great night, man.
Although, I got to pull this other picture up. I was supposed to be Axel, but I didn't even look quite close to Axel. That was probably the last time you were here.
Yeah, because
Lots
that
changed.
was Oaks' party, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I think that was the 2010 party. I think.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
that
were
was
some
dude,
bad
that was
things
it.
that happened.
That
There was
was
2 years that we went. And,
correct.
Yeah, that was bad. That was pretty bad. I think this was the second year. I can't remember if 2010 was the first party or it was this one.
I think it was.
But
okay.
you remember being in, what was it, Thornton's, and we're in there, and you're like,
Yeah.
and I was like, Slash, you ruined the band.
Yeah, this it would have been.
We were totally in character. Everybody else in the store didn't quite get it.
No, they didn't understand what we were
They
doing.
didn't understand. But I mean, come on. I mean, that is.
Take me back.
You don't have to look twice to see that that's
no,
Slash.
just-
I mean,
You know,
even the bottle of Jack Daniels down here that you were drinking.
You know the thing about that costume that I love is I could do whatever the hell I wanted, and it didn't matter because it wasn't me; it was Slash.
Exactly.
So you couldn't, if I wanted to smoke
You had
inside
to
a
act the
house,
part.
I didn't want it. It was who I was. You know,
Speaking of, I think Bauman still owes me a bottle of Captain.
I believe he does.
Yeah.
He had a hard night that night.
Yeah. Well, we all had a hard.
I think
night.
everybody we did.
I was I've done some drinking. That was like the first time in quite a while that I fucking retched at home in the morning.
That was,
not good.
it was on the way home from that party. I drove you back, and you were a man of few words.
Yes,
there was
it
not
was
much
not
to
good. I was trying to keep it down. It was not good.
I believe too. If we're putting me on the spotlight here, that was also you had to be at Springfield Township.
That was the first year.
That was the first year.
That was the first
when
year
you parked
that
sideways.
The Slash and Axle was when I brought alcohol. The year
Okay.
before that,
That's
I did
when-
not.
Okay.
And Bauman got me drinking
And
Jaeger
that's-
shots,
yeah.
and it was.
Yeah, you're right.
it
Don't take
was-
the responsibility
it was-
for what you
no.
did. It was Bauman's fault. I understand that.
And yes, I'm surprised I didn't get
Yeah.
busted going home, and I went to work, and hey, we all do stupid
You
shit. But
park sideways. It's fine.
yeah, in the morning or in the afternoon when I woke up, because we didn't get a lot of runs that day, I noticed I was kind of parked sideways. So, yeah, I mean, I can't remember what year it was, but we went to the Kid Rock concert, and I look over, and
God,
there's this
that-
dude in line.
Fucking fedora.
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not proud of that at all. I'm actually ashamed. There was a phase pre my wife where I don't know. Maybe I was in a bad spot. I guess that's what we're talking about. I just wasn't doing okay mentally, maybe, because that's not a good look.
No, it's not.
I'm not proud of that. I'm ashamed that you have that.
But you wore it. I mean, you wore it.
I wore it.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have, but I did.
Speaking of your wedding, there's a couple of pictures here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what we were maybe laughing, and it looks like Agus's arm is super long on the one side there, but it's actually Jake's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about Pendergrass there is, what is that guy's name? The guy that plays a chainsaw as an
Yeah.
instrument.
Jackal.
Jackal.
Yes.
Every time I see him, I think vice versa. With long hair, he is the lead singer from Jackal.
Oh, I'm a lumberjacker, baby. Let's see. Here's Bauman and his discount double check.
He kind of looks like Aaron Rodgers. That fucking handlebar mustache.
Oh, I think Emily was so fed up with his shenanigans at that point.
Well, you know what?
And the
You can't fault somebody for having a good time.
nope. I
Just
mean,
letting loose.
Speaking of good time,
My God. I mean, every one of them's.
yeah, I mean,
Sober as
they're
can
pretty,
be.
pretty connected at the hips there.
Yeah, we're full penetration at that point. I mean, if you break that down, Oaks and Atkinson are dick to dick on that one.
Yeah. And then there's Axton.
My
Look at Satin. Look at
She's had enough. She doesn't realize what she's gotten into with this crew.
right.
I'll tell you what, that wedding, it was a blast. And it went by so fast, but
Always does.
when we had, not my decision, my wife's, again, God love you, made a decision to put those Kodak cameras on every table.
Oh, I didn't see those. Because I would have took a couple.
Well,
dick
the
pics.
amount of dick pics that Walgreens would not print, there were so many cock watches, and I believe Dave Hayes, I'd like to thank him for that, led that brigade. Too many dicks. There was a lot of dicks in those pics.
There's the glory days.
That was a great
Back
game.
during
That was a great
The
game.
AFC Championship.
That was a beautiful day.
That was at
It was at Willie's,
Willie's in
That's-
Westchester.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
which they're no longer there.
Nope.
Shout out to Willie's, the last ones in
Yeah,
Covington, I
there's
think.
not too many Willies left.
No, I think Covington may be the last one.
Earlier, prior to this point in this video, somebody
Yeah, well, let's.
got taped up with electrical tape all around his face. Might have taken off an eyebrow. And you conceded, and you let me you let me.
I played fair.
Yeah, you did. You played fair.
The problem with that is you knew what the fuck you were doing. And you accidentally let your hand slip just to pull a little bit more.
Make sure you rip up.
Oh, that was the worst part. Was the rip up. It was brutal.
Oh, this is recording. Yes.
That delayed reaction.
Well, it's as the nerve simulation shoots through the body, and the brain realizes what just happened to you. And that was the good duct tape too. That was the Gorilla duct tape. That shit is Eric killing me.
Yep, this is Eric trying to kill me.
What?
And Brian's life was over at that point.
God, I haven't seen some of these in years.
Oh yeah, did you want to go over this before we open this one up here? I mean, where did the idea come for this? I don't even remember.
You know what? I don't remember either. I must have seen this somewhere and thought it was just fucking hilarious. And of all people to do it to, Whitty was the best candidate at that time. He liked to sleep with his mouth open, so that sounds weird if there was no dicks in the mouth or anything. Okay, you'll see from the video. But
This time.
That's coming.
Now, where did that sock come from?
Well, that doesn't matter. I tell you what, I think it was Atkinson's sock, which is even worse.
And I could not contain myself, as you'll hear, the obnoxious laughing after he did. I could not, being the camera guy, I could not contain it. Here he comes with powdered sugar on a sock. Sprinkle a little bit. You look like Uncle Fester.
He does look like Uncle Fester.
Sorry, Woody.
God, that shadow box. I remember Ben Dykes. It was Hank Gibson of all people and Ben Dykes. That fucking shadow box. They used to always be like, you can't ring that bell. And I'm like, okay, well,
Hold on. The shadow box, if for those of you that don't know, is a memory case to Bill Gray Sr., who died in the line of duty while he was driving the fire truck. So they have his bunker paint, boots and his coat and a couple artifacts from him. And the station was haunted. We could have swore it was him. Now,
I'm not being an asshole. I mean, maybe I was. I don't know. So they used to always say, like, you cannot ring that fucking bell. You tell
there
me
was a bell in there.
You tell me I can't do that, I'm going to do it. So I used to ring that bell, and Dykes would always be like, hey. Ben Dykes was one of those people, much like you, who would egg me on to do shit and just watch the fire, and they sit back from the stands. So one time, Ben's like, hey, you should put Bill's helmet on in his coat. And I remember taking that helmet off and going to put it on, and then Hazy looked at me. He's like, don't fucking do it, because we're going to get banged out on some bullshit run. We're all going to die on the way there because you got some voodoo here. So I take the helmet, and sure as shit, the alarms drop. Helmet goes back up. I'm like, all right, fuck it, we're done. So then Hank finds that out that I've been doing this shit, and he's like, hey, do it again, I'm going to write you up. I'm like, all right, fine. So we're in his office. I said, I won't do it again. It's on me. And I walk out, and I ring the fuck out of that goddamn bell.
did anything else happen?
No. I mean, yeah. I mean, we always had the plates that fell out and shit, but no, Bill was always good with me.
Fans falling off of the thing.
Yeah, that was another one.
There's another episode of Brian and
Shit.
Eric.
This one hit you in the dick with the.
Oh yeah, Flink. I wanted to wing it at you, but I'm like, you know what? I got to do this. And then you get me again.
That might have killed me had you hit me with that.
Tiptoeing.
Like, I
don't know why I was tiptoeing.
Fucking like a little bear on his feet, baby.
See you going there.
I'm going the other fucking way. I'm not stupid, Jack. Been down that block.
So,
Did you have the video of? Because I have it.
Yeah.
Of when we shot that fucking slingshot.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Okay, I was just seeing if you had that
but
one.
I was getting ready to talk about the towel fights that we used to have.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Welts. Oh my God.
Welts.
Yeah, people knew how to. I'm not talking about dry towel. I'm talking about a wet towel.
Well, you just
rolled
the
up.
tip, baby. Just wet the tip.
So, I mean, we would draw blood. I mean, it was that bad. So that became
that was common
old.
practice.
So we switched to rubber snakes.
Oh, those fucking things. I missed the towels.
It's hard to see, but Eric's got a rubber snake he's trying to get me with, and he's getting him his own self.
I'm trying to defend myself, so what's happening here? I know how bad that fucking snake hurts.
How many pillows were you sleeping with?
Look, man, I'm a 4-pillow guy. Minimum 4-pillow guy. I don't trust anybody that only uses one pillow. You're a psychopath if you use a pillow.
I wish I had video of that day I came in there with that leaf blower on you up on that top bunk.
I don't.
You were trying.
I don't. I thought I was going to die.
You were
It wasn't
trying
a
to-
fucking leaf blower. It was the chainsaw, wasn't it? You took the chainsaw?
No,
that was the
it was
okay.
the leaf blower.
Well, I thought it was a fucking chainsaw.
Now somebody else would take the chainsaw.
I thought I was going to die.
I had welts on my arm. You had them on your. It never stopped. And you want to say why there was rubber snakes in the firehouse, Eric?
I don't. So, for those who don't know, and if you really want to get Brian, he is deathly, and I mean deathly, afraid of snakes.
Yep.
Which to me, as a grown-ass man, you're afraid of a fucking small garden snake? Dude, it's a fucking field day now.
Those things can bite.
They're non-venomous garden snake. So I found out
There's
that...
just not enough proof that they're not venomous.
I think there's as much as scientific proof. So I found out he was afraid of snakes. So I got a snake and I oiled it up and I don't remember, I put it in your bunk or some shit. And I found out like how
pillow.
it was. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And
It
he
was either
terrified.
mouse traps or snakes.
Yep. And then I found a dead snake
Yeah.
on the pad and ran in and chased him with that
Was
motherfucker
not having it.
all through the house.
But
yeah,
I got knocked over by Missy McKendry because she was running even faster.
That's like getting hit by a fucking linebacker there, dog. I mean, that's a grown hit. Yeah, and those mouse traps too. I just talked about this the other day, where that Station 2 was like as close to modern warfare that I could have imagined because you've got 6 grown adults that act like children in a room, and when those lights went off, you just would hear these mouse traps just. And you never knew when you were going to get hit one. And I remember I threw one. It either hit you in the dick or balls. It fucking clamped down. And then we decided to kick it up a notch. We started, I think, again, a lot of this is Bauman's fault.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it was Bauman that threw the VCR tape. Somebody threw a VCR tape, and I think it was Oaks got hit with it. And then we started kicking it up a notch and started lighting shit on fire and throwing it. And that's when we almost killed Norman.
And caught the rug on
We
fire.
caught the fucking rug on fire. We caught Norman's
That was
fleece
toilet
blanket.
paper that we were lighting
Correct.
and throwing.
That's
into the
right.
bucket. Yes.
We had a blast, though.
So for those of you that don't know, Station 2 on 212 on Tylersville Road is a very small station. So it was so small, it was kind of, it bred that camaraderie.
It did,
There was
absolutely.
nowhere for you
You
to
couldn't
go.
get away.
You
Especially if you're
could not
pissed
get
off
away.
at somebody. Nope,
Yep.
you got to deal with your shit right now.
You had to deal with it, and you better get over it.
Yeah.
And then we slept on bunk beds, as you could see, in a closet. When I first started there, that was the quartermaster closet where they kept gear and stuff. So here we are, sleeping in bunk beds in one small room, which was always cold,
Yep.
which was nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't get to sleep till about 1 o'clock from all the shenanigans because you couldn't. If you were an early sleeper,
You're fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked.
You're fucked. You're the first
you
one
weren't
we're going for.
You weren't going in there.
No, you had to stay. And to your point, you had to stay up as late as you could because you were going to get fucked with at some point. No matter, I remember getting so angry at like Bauman and Agustin, and even you, just like fucking let me sleep. And the angrier I got, the more you guys did it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, and that's what that's.
You can't show that because that's
No, that's a weakness.
Yeah.
And we're gonna expose that now.
Yeah.
And that comes back to the brotherhood shit.
Is that why you started taking NyQuil?
That's why I had to just start hammering NyQuil, so I'll pass out and sleep through this shit. I don't
Yeah,
care.
I mean, we were sitting there, and next thing I know, Eric takes something out of his little duffel bag, and it's NyQuil, and he just starts downing it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, I'm all up on that quill,
I
man.
got that quill to me, baby. I got to get to
He's like, I am
bed.
going to sleep. So yeah,
You
good
get,
times.
You got to get through it somehow until you get banged out for an alarm. That quill's still up in you in a bucket. That's a problem.
And yeah, and then another thing, since it is so small, and back then we weren't, we thought we were kind of busy,
Yeah,
but
we
not,
were
not,
not compared to no.
not compared to these days. And then when you have nothing going on at night, so I worked a reverse 24, which means I came in at night.
Yep.
And then worked the 12 hours the next day. So when you do that, things have to happen, to keep your interests. And then, somebody brings in a potato launcher, and it causes trouble. And I'm going to preface this a little bit. So we have was it a potato launcher?
No,
Sling.
it was one of those lake launchers, one of those lake slings that goes
Lake
clear.
slings.
Yeah, slings.
So,
like,
yeah, it's not a
it
child's
shoots
toy.
across a fucking lake. I mean, it was.
So, of course, somebody brings that in. You start thinking, oh, well, what will
Again,
this do?
Bauman.
What will this do? Yeah. Common denominator. So we had a roll of toilet paper that was duct taped. And this all started out like, well, let's see if we can hit it with a wiffle ball bat.
Yeah, which not even close.
Not even close. And then somebody
Yeah,
had the
I
idea of
don't
letting
know
this happen.
Who that was? Couldn't be the guy holding the board.
No, not at all.
Go ahead.
I'm not a scientist, but I bet that thing was going. It had to go 400 miles an hour. That thing.
So that last statement there, I get to laugh at your pain now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you think, an older guy, in the department, the younger bucks would let the older guy have the bottom bunk?
No, fuck that
No.
guy.
I had pulled a hamstring, and I had to climb up this fucking bunk bed. And that's exactly what he was doing, laughing the whole time at me grunting and groaning
Yeah.
going up there. And that's why I said, well, now I get to laugh at your pain now.
That's right. Well, you watch a wounded animal try to do something. It's got a little bit of hilarity to it. And
Yeah.
that's what that was. I was watching a wounded animal. Mind you, it was 6 feet in the air. Like it's 6 steps, man. Get your fucking ass up. I get it. Look, now that I'm your age that you probably were then,
Yeah.
I get it, and I'm sorry. I'd like to formally apologize.
Apology accepted.
Because I rolled out of bed the other day, and I thought I tore my hamstring. So I get it.
So then, it all started with little things inside. Then it went to see if we can hit it. Then it's like, see if you can hit this board to this contraption.
Let's see if we can hit a human.
And then, the secret was kept for a while that Billy Shane's locker got dented. We dented this locker.
We had to lie and say we wrestled.
Sorry, Billy Shane.
Yeah, Shane, it was all Sims. I had nothing to do with this. I was the victim here.
Oh, you're taking up too much tape.
I mean, safety first.
I mean,
a helmet. I mean,
a helmet
what?
and a garbage can. It's just going to bounce right off, right?
The realization when I see that locker. Oh,
Right
we're
there.
fuck.
Yep.
So Shane was again, shout out to Shane, man. Good dude, but very meticulous about his shit.
Yep.
Especially his locker. So I remember we had to lie, and Bauman took one on, again, fucking Bauman. Took one on the chin and said, listen, we were wrestling around, we fell into it. Okay, we're done. I think dude, I don't think that came out till like 4 years later. After that.
Yeah.
They were like, nah, we can't fucking tell this motherfucker. He'll write us up. Like, we can't do it.
Yep. Shout out to Shane. Have you had any golden manwich lately?
Golden, I have not. I have not.
So, in case you're wondering,
Dude, Jesus.
what happens to Eric when he gets any kind of mustard in his mouth?
Okay, now hold the fuck on.
And of course, we got to make fun of it.
First off, I got you.
puked the
Dude,
contact
I
out.
puked the contact out, but hold on. Okay, so we're puking here hard.
So, the first time we found out that Eric was didn't like mustard at all,
I just fucking
somebody
hate it.
put it on the rim of his drink.
Yeah, it was Oaks,
And it was
he learned a
Oaks.
fucking hard lesson on that one.
So the next
I
time,
think his girlfriend at the time learned a hard lesson too about
actually,
that.
I think that might have been that time,
I think it was that time.
but that wasn't the only time.
No.
So we decided to do manwich, and one night,
Yeah.
and we're all sitting at the table, and all of a sudden you get that look in your face. You're like, "Did you fuckers put mustard in this?" And Oak's like, "No, I didn't. It's just golden manwich." And you look at the label, and it says it's mustard based.
That's fucking done,
And
dog.
he was done.
I can't do this shit.
Puking Central.
If you like mustard, you're a terrorist. I'm sorry. It's not, whatever. Yeah, but Oaks, he did. What did we put? There was it was some type of, it was Gunler. He had that wild ass hot sauce. It was like this atomic.
yeah.
It was one of those
was like
gag hot
packs.
sauces like you don't eat. It's for like it's a gimmick.
Yep.
So Oaks, I fucking loaded his shit up with. I think he was drinking a Gatorade maybe, and I put that shit all over the rim, and it fucked him up. And it put his face in a bowl of ice, and I didn't feel bad about it. Fuck him for doing that.
Jake, can you
Love you, Jake.
comment in the comments there about that? If it wasn't that, it was Whitty and his fucking ammonia inhalants.
I'll tell you what, Whitty taught me something about those ammonia inhalants. Where if you broke those bitches and put it in a 55 or a 50 cc syringe, and then pushed it, fuck, man,
Yep.
that'll wake you up right now.
It was even worse. It was even worse. Yeah, that's just the kind of thing. Yeah, hey, the ammonia inhalants go bad after a while, so you gotta use them up.
Yeah,
So
we don't want
that's
to
just-
wait. You throw good product away. Just at
Right.
least have fun with it.
And here's Eric when he doesn't take his meds.
You can't cage an animal.
Eric needs to take his medications on a regular basis. This is what happens when you.
Did you ever get your Butterburger?
I never did get that Butterburger that day either. And it wasn't a big ass.
From
either.
Culver's. He wanted to go to Culver's to get a bigger
Just a
Butterburger.
little kid just wants a snack, man. It's not. I'm not asking much. It's right up the street.
And of course, he liked to secretly record people too.
Well, you got to have something on somebody. This is when you look strokey. This is strokey Sam's coming.
Dirty lens, people slower temps. Clean the lens every 2 weeks. No bleach.
We had to do our weekly check.
Oh God, you remember that shit?
Why did you do the training with? We're not supposed to take a rectal test with that.
I couldn't get it back in the holder.
That's the best part.
Go ahead and get it out through it. You got to stick in that one.
You're the instigator.
And he always played like the good guy.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Bauman fucking led this whole brigade.
Brian. Blood pressure cuffs. You probably should put a blood pressure cuff on that. You think you'll die in the back of a medicated? Probably. Depends on who's working, I guess.
It was back in the faux hawk days.
Oh yeah, baby.
I don't see a step to it. But by fucking guys who got a fucking dry erase marker.
Brought to you by Bush Light. Bass Pro Shop. Let me get some free shit.
It breaks up the monotony of doing the weekly checks. Why do we need 10 ammonia nails?
Well, they're real sleepy, man. You gotta wake them up. Part of this is I just wanted to get you on camera finally having a fucking heart attack.
That was because, there's country music playing in the background.
Me and Brian aren't the biggest country fans in the world. At least at that time we were not. So that was always our irk.
Why would you need a fucking spring-loaded center punch on a goddamn fucking squad?
Just my personal thoughts. I mean, why would you need a spring-loaded punch?
Look at that smile. He's a happy boy. Those pardon me. Those medic checks, I fucking hated them so much.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
as a basic, I ain't doing shit. I'm just being told what to do. I'm not checking out this shit, but it's like it was such a. I hated doing that.
I'm just gonna water code you for all day. It's quite entertaining.
It's quite entertaining.
Anyone stay up? I said, get it. I was gonna hop all over that. Got a bunch of zeros on this fucking import list here. Look, the camera definitely has 10 pounds.
I did.
Add 10 pounds to your face and win. A ball. Wendy, son. There's gonna be a hole.
All three of them?
You're gonna need all these explosives.
All the splints.
Man, you gotta make sure you got those.
Fucking creep. It's the simple things that entertain us.
It is. Now, I can make the fat jokes because I, at this point, I don't know, I'm probably 32, something like that. Hey, he's probably, I don't know, he was 23 when I joined the fire service, so
Yeah.
maybe it was 25 at the time. And Brian, for breakfast one day,
That's on the list.
he's, okay, we're gonna get there. All right. I'll wait till we get there.
And this is why, no, you're fine.
Okay, perfect. So I don't know, it's morning time, like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. And I smell something sweet in the air. What the fuck is that? And Brian goes, I'm making breakfast. I'm thinking maybe he's making pancakes. We got some syrup or some shit.
Because we had like big things of
Oh, yeah.
pancake batter.
Huge, which that became a problem too. But I look in this bowl and it looks like tar. Like clumpy tar. And I said, Brian, what the fuck is that? He goes, well, it's oats. It's like a sweet treat, but it was like fucking oatmeal, molasses, syrup, butter, like just sugar, and just all this horrible shit. So we coined the phrase tar oats. That was one of his favorite snacks. And that's why I said he's a fat piece of shit, because he looks like tar oats. That's exactly. Do you have diabetes, Wilford Bromley? That's
Obviously,
you
I should have paid attention.
You should have paid attention because you've got
look at me
diabetes
now. Yeah.
and tar oats. This is
Yeah.
what kids. This is why you don't eat tar oats.
Well, there wasn't much choice for breakfast around there
There was not breakfast was
at all.
No
Food in general.
food. Yeah,
You had to make up what you could make up.
correct.
And that just happened to be on the recipe that morning. It was delicious, though.
It was it was ready for a nap at noon.
Well, that's all we did all day, so
Oh, yeah.
most of the time, is nap. But as the time went on, it became more busy. And,
Yeah,
but I mean, those are the glory days, man. Those days really made the fire department fun.
I agree. 100%.
Most definitely. I think that's all that I kind of got out to look at.
That's
I
good, man.
think there might be a couple more, but
That's good shit. No, you're right. Those days were the. I mean, we were a young crew. I mean, you fucking killed our average, but I mean, you look at myself, Oaks, Bauman, Whitty, Pendergrass at the time. I mean, shit, we were mid 20-year-old kids, and your old ass was 40 something. But I mean, you had the mentality to be a mentor for us, but at the same time, you were part of the crew, the brotherhood, and that's what that was dope, man. It was awesome.
yeah, it was kind of weird hanging around with a bunch of young kids, but
Yeah, well, you go to fucking jail for shit like that now.
so coming back from late runs one night, Eric and I were on squad, and it was I can tell you it was after midnight. We had already been to sleep, so.
Okay.
We made a run to Mercy Fairfield and
Oh,
decided
is this fucking
just-
White Castle? You motherfucker.
decided to stop at White Castle
Motherfucker, dude.
on the way back, grab a few whiteys.
Yeah.
So yeah, Eric's driving. I'm in the passenger seat.
Yep.
I think I'd already eaten all of mine, or
Yeah.
not, if couple.
He was done
And
with it.
Eric just started because he was driving.
Yeah,
And
get my first savory one, man.
yeah, he got one bite. He goes up there to take that next bite. I reach over and smack his hand, and out the window goes the White Castle.
Fucking
He
was
looks
my
at me
dinner,
like,
man.
What the fuck?
Fucking
Hey, I
clear
let
as
you
that.
get one bite of it.
Yeah, you did. I got a bite in, and that some bitch went outside. But it was I almost wrecked that squad because of that.
Trying to grab it. as it
Because
went
then
up
I
the door.
started laughing, and then I can't see, and we're driving, and yeah,
Yep.
it was.
That was quite hilarious.
Yeah, you owe me a fucking White Castle.
And if it wasn't White Castles, I think most every night, if not every other night, we had to go to UDF for milkshakes.
Oh yeah, baby, hit the gym.
And the gym.
Yeah, we call it the gym.
We called it the gym?
It was the gym.
Gotcha. Well, for those of you that don't know, Derry doesn't get along with Eric.
No, it does. Oh, no, hold on.
And we,
It does. I just got a special trick.
well, you definitely have a special trick because it was all over the squad window when we were coming back. I'm enjoying my milkshake. And next thing I know, Eric fucking, or no, it was the fire truck.
It was the
It
fire
was the
truck.
fire truck. And next thing you know, Eric is puking out the window. People are looking at him. It's all down the side of the truck.
It wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good look. You don't want to have your house on fire and see that motherfucker pull up.
Right?
That was a black raspberry chip too, man. Might get one of those on the way home.
So nasty. Oh, yeah. Is there any shenanigans you remember that I don't have?
Oh shit, man. There was I don't know. We just did a lot of dumb shit.
Yeah,
We really
that we
did.
did.
We did a lot of dumb shit, and we had a really good time doing it. I can't think on the spot. I can't think off the top of my head, but I remember those days being some of the funnest days of my life because it's a stressful job in general, but to have the camaraderie that we did, and just those you call them round table segments, but that, and I don't think I understood. I heard everybody in the fire service always talk about dinner or the dinner table, how important it was. And I don't think it was till I left the fire service that I truly realized what that meant. And man, it's, I miss firefighting almost every day. I loved it. It was a great job. It just, my trajectory changed, had kids, did some different things. And in all honesty, it was, a lot of it had to do with how the newer guys that were coming in didn't have to play by the same rules that I had to play when I came in, where I remember getting just bullshit that I worked reverse 24s too, but I was actually 3A, 3B. So I would work reverse 12s and I always rolled into the 24. And then when I went into nursing, I started doing just the 12s, and I remember getting moved to station 1 all the time. And we had younger guys. I'm like, dude, fuck that shit. Make them move. I had to move when I was a first year probie and shit. And to me, the firehouse dynamic started to change, and that these younger guys got whatever they wanted. And I'm like, Dad, I'm good on this.
Yeah.
And then not so much the political shit of the firehouse, but some of that started to trickle. Okay, well, yeah, when Thomas came in, man, the game changed.
Yeah.
That was, to me, was this. Downey was a good dude. I liked Downey a lot. He was a hard chief for the right reasons, but he had your back, and him having our back is what cost him his job. And then we got Trish Brooks, and that was a fucking joke.
Yeah, they play jokes on me with that one. They're like, "Hey Sims, because I was over at Station 2 always.
Yeah.
I never went to Station 1.
Yeah.
The last time I had to go to Station 1 was when Downey was there.
Okay.
And myself and Whitty did not get cleared on the tower. And they're like, "You guys are over at Station 1 until you're cleared."
Oh, Jesus
and we
Christ.
got cleared and came back to Station 2.
Yeah.
But when Trish was there, they're like, "Hey Sims, so they said that Trish wants all the people that's ever worked for her to be at the station." I'm like, "Fuck you, I ain't going over there."
She came in thinking she was. I remember we had to sign the waiver saying, "Look, we don't have health insurance anyway." And then she shut that down. And I remember guys like myself and Dykes were like, "Hey, we grind these hours out. We're gonna be done by November. Like,
Oh, yeah.
we're not gonna work then. Like, we're out." And I remember her being a problem. And then we bring Thomas in, and we had those Best Buy blue shirts. Like, we just looked like clowns, and the whole operation just seemed backwards. And we had good lieutenants, we had good captains, we had good assistant chief. The problem was that chief overrode everybody, and it was bullshit. And in the way he ran things, I didn't care for it. And again, I wasn't a lifer as a fireman, so maybe I didn't have a place to say that. But my experience was I didn't care for that guy. The camaraderie changed, like, to a certain extent, but my two crews, I had my Hayes and Dykes crew, and then I had you guys. We were always close-knit, but when I started getting sent to the other station, instead of these young guys going, I'm like, "Nah, man, I can see it. I can see the writing on the wall. It's time to go."
Yeah.
I wasn't ready to go, I don't think. But at the same time, like, when Pat passed away, we went to that funeral, and Steph went, and I had a newborn at the time. She said, "Look, it's time to find a new career. Like, I'm not getting a folded flag. I'm not doing all that shit." And again, it killed me to do it, but I understood where she was coming from, and I had to respect that. And so then that's when I hopped ship and went into the nursing stuff. And I mean, nursing is what it was. It was all right, but there was not that brotherhood. That's the thing I miss the most. Those round table talks. That was the shit, man. That was awesome.
But you had to kind of admit that Thomas was handling a shit show.
He was. It wasn't his fault.
No.
But
I mean, to have the fire department, and then on top of that, you got somebody dies in the fucking parking lot.
yeah. I mean, that's a bad look.
I give him props that I feel like he did a good job handling all that.
Yeah.
You know.
I think he did. Again, and I'm not trying to misspeak on the guy. from what I grew up with, and again, I was young in the fire service, meaning like I didn't have a lifetime in the fire service. The chief that I was used to was Downey and Boltman. Like that's the guys that I quote unquote grew up with, having them be my chiefs, and those were guys to me that would die for their guys.
Yeah.
And to me, and again, it's nothing against him. He was more of a political player for the trustees in that game. And our trustees were dog shit in Fairfield Township. They were all just, I mean, I remember when Potter was going through all that shit, and I don't remember the trustee's name, but he called Potter up and left him that message and a voicemail, basically like, fuck you, we won. It's like, what are you doing? You're a government official. Like,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just, again, nothing against Thomas. He wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah, I mean, I was at.
Well, shit, you probably went through like 16 chiefs at your age.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there was Downey, and then Thomas, or Brooks, and then Thomas, and then right at the very end, Berger.
Which to me, Berger, that's another guy that this guy's got our back.
Yeah.
This is a dude that's good. But again, that was when I was coming up through it. He was a lieutenant, and then he went to captain. Like, I always thought our lieutenants and our captains and our assistant chiefs were the right people for those positions, and if any one of them got promoted, it was well deserved. Like, to me, that was the core and the embodiment of Fairfield Township. And then you plug in a chief that Brooks or whomever that didn't follow those standards, it changed the game for me. Big
So
time.
normally I do this at the end, but since we're on that topic, who is your favorite officer and why?
Favorite officer? Oh shit, man! No, come on. What are we doing?
It's a hard question.
It is.
I've asked this of my dad and all that, and then when I got asked that, I'm like, it is a hard question.
My favorite officer. I'll say this. Every one of there's certain ones like Schumann, Berger, and King. All were very influential on me in the fire service, of like show me how things are. We had a couple real bad runs that kind of fucked me up in the head, and I'll never forget Schumann coming to the station saying, "Get in the car." He had his chase car. "Get in the car. We're going for a ride. Like let's drive." And that was huge for me.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Day was another one, man. Day was a good dude. I liked him. He's a very blunt,
down to earth.
But he was down to earth. He called it like it was. He rubbed some people the wrong way. I remember the very first time I ever met the guy, and I was always told, like, when you in the fire service, you introduce yourself to everybody. So I did. I went to go shake his hand, and he wouldn't shake my hand. He goes, "I'll shake your hand when I know you." And I remember thinking, this fucking asshole, this fucking guy. Come to be, he was one of my favorite brasswares, because he was another one that would absolutely go to war for you and would give you the shirt off his back kind of guy. Bauman was another great one. It was weird with Bauman because he wasn't a lieutenant when he was on our crew, and then he got promoted. One of those guys that probably should have got promoted too. Like he earned it. He deserved it. Billy Shane was always a real good one. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm missing people, but there were just, I don't know that I could say that there were favorite things about specific individuals. I don't know that I had a clear favorite. I mean, even when Coggin was there, was a fucking great captain.
Yeah.
Schumann, great assistant chief. Downey, great chief. Like, those guys they all gave me a tool in the fire service I've carried throughout my lifetime. So yeah, I don't think I could pick a favorite. I really don't.
I had to thank Coggin for not making it the problem that I had much worse.
Yeah.
And because one day he came in and says, "Hey, you're not registered with the state as being a paramedic." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "I got my card." I went in the office, sure shit, said invalid, inactive. I'm like, "What the fuck?" So that was a whole nother story. But yeah, it was thanks to Coggin that finally caught it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was, you know what, mine dropped off. I think, fuck, Oaks, you can back me up on this. I think me and Jake both, we dropped our EMTs dropped. And it was the same thing. Like, hey, idiots, you might want to get this or you can't firefight. And then Coggin was also an individual. So we used to get hats made all the time. But you had to, like, be approved. I ain't getting my shit approved. I'm just going to wear my hat. It's my hat. I don't give a fuck. So he used to run me up the pole. He's like, Eric, if I see you with that hat on again, you're doing ladders, you're doing steps, you're doing something. All right, fine. So we go on a run. It was off of Canal Road, and it was like a bad run, but like not bad. And the TV crews were there, and I look over and it's Channel 5, and I got this fucking unapproved hat on, and I'm like, fuck, man, maybe he won't know. I get a phone call. I go back to the station, and it airs on the news at 5 o'clock, and I get a phone call at like 5:30, and it's Coggin. He goes, hey, what was on your head today? I don't know what you're talking about. He goes, you want me to send you the video, or you just want to go ahead and start climbing those steps? I said, I'll be there at 0900 start climbing those steps. And then another thing, I know we're wrapping up, but Schumann, so I hate, you can see I got a beard. I hated to shave. I hated a clean face. I look fatter. I don't like it. So one of my...
Especially when you're on camera, it has 10
Oh,
pounds.
dude, it's good. Fuck. This is my good side, too. I'm about to be fucking doing Joe Rogan numbers here. We had there was a wreck right in front of the station. This was 2019. This is like going into my final year. I put my 3 months in, like, hey, I'm the transitional period, I'm getting out. So this is like one of my last runs. It's a wreck right in front of the station. And I had a fucking beard almost. It almost became a thing where, like, I'm just going to do it because I'm an asshole.
See how far you can get away
See how
with
far you can get away with it. Mm-hmm. I would always have it. So just for all the firefighters, you got to fucking shave. It's a good seal. Yeah, I fucking know. I get it. I'd always have a beard trimmer with me if we go on a run. But this runs at like 11:30. It's in front of the station, and I was on engine company, and I remember it was on the Hazy crew. Chief Thomas pulls up, Schumann pulls up, and I'm in the back of the squad, and I'm like, fuck. And I'd already been warned earlier that day, shave your face. I'm like, all right. So they pull up, and Dykes looks at me and goes, hey, duck out the back. Schumann's getting ready to pop in the side cab. I said, all right, cool. So as he opens the side, I fucking duck out the back because they got it all figured out. This person's fine. So I run inside, and I dive from my bed. I'm on the bottom bunk, and the door swings open, and it's Schumann. He goes, Prebles, what are you doing? I said, I'm trying to get some sleep. What are you doing?
Are you covered up like?
Oh yeah, I got blank, dude. I'm fucking Dracula right now. Like, nah, man, I'm sleeping. What are you doing, Chief? Like, he goes, take the sheet off your face. I can't do that. I'm gonna need you to get your ass up and go shave. I said, all right, man, I'll do it right. I'll do it. And he goes, you know what? I'm gonna do it for you. I said, all right, let's go. He fucking took my clippers and just trimmed me up, man, right there. So yeah, it was. I don't know, man. Firefighting was fun as hell. It was so fun. It's one of those things that if my kids are like, can I do it? Fuck yeah, go ahead.
So,
Absolutely.
What was your most memorable run?
Memorable, good or bad?
Either.
Okay, we'll do both. I think one of the most memorable runs I ever had was my first suicide, and that was with you. It was the one who took one in the basement. And I remember, now I'd been on runs. I'd never been on a straight up suicide like that before. And we walked down to that basement, and it felt eerie. Like, it felt dark. You know what I mean? It was dark in the basement. Now, but we got called at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And it was in like the Walden Ponds area. So it was a nice little district.
I remember being in the Ones area.
Yeah, it was the ones, and we went on it. And we walked down that. It's like once you got down those steps, it was already dark in the basement, but it had like an eerie feeling, and it was like musty in the air. You could smell gun smell, like it was just wild. And this dude, he couldn't have been, but I don't know, 20, 28, 29 years old, and just he had enough, I guess, and took one. But the thing that fucked me up was he had a kid. Pardon me. And he had written his suicide note and put it inside of the kid's on this little tricycle. The back flipped open. He left the note in there. And I remember, I don't even know how I figured out that was there. I do not remember that. I think maybe he had a Post-it on the desk where he shot himself that said, go to the Trikers. I don't remember. But I opened the thing, and Detective Sun shows up, and I was like, hey, I found this letter. And he goes, do me a favor, open it up. So we open and we start reading, and I'm like, dude, this is some like morbid shit. And like he had put it all on his wife, like fuck you for this, and da da da. And that one to me was like, oh shit, this is firefighting's cool, but this kind of sucks. Like this isn't very fun. Then good wise, you know what? Good. I mean, it was intense, but one of my favorite runs was when. Shout out to Jake Oakes on this one, and you as well. It was when we had that fire off of Parrish, and you hopped out as the officer, and you started doing your 360. And me and Oakes, we were aggressive as hell. We're just buried into this fucking house. We're gonna knock this motherfucker out. You had gotten. Now we're probably 30 feet into the structure, and I'm lead nozzle. And we're doing what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be trained on this thing. Like we're working it. We're doing three-step drag. Like we're doing everything we're supposed to. And I remember putting my hand to go forward, and I put it down, and I'm cool. And I grab the nozzle to slide it forward so I can get another good bite. And it's at that second that you're on the backside, and you basically are like, "Hey, get the fuck out right now." That whole back end, we couldn't see it.
Nope.
That whole fucking backside
It
of
just
that,
looked like it was coming through the roof at that point.
it was gone. It was gone. And I remember putting my left hand down, and that floor started to fucking go. And Jake Oakes, I fucking owe you a beer. Grabbed the back of my SCBA and just fucking pulled. Now, I don't know if I'd have gone through or not for sure, but my weight was heading that direction. That motherfucker, every 180 pounds of him at the time, yanked me straight back. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So when we get out and we put it out, but that was one of those, to me, there's a lot of runs and stuff like that are really good, but that was a very memorable one because it was, the shit had hit the fan. We were in a really bad scenario, but because we were professionals, led by a professional, and Oakes, who at the time, you know, he was quote unquote the kid. He was young. And he fucking, dude, he killed it. He killed it. And he saved my fucking ass, that's for sure. And it was just cool that brotherhood met. I mean, it was dope. He was willing to do what he had to do.
I didn't even make it all the way for 360. I got back and I saw that and I called that out.
Oh,
Because I knew you guys were going in. Because I don't know if you remember, you know, when we pulled up, I called it a defensive fire.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God damn it, these fucking kids.
Fucking Cowboys, baby.
That's why I said, yeah, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And I didn't even finish the 360. I came back around to make sure you guys were coming out. And then later on, you're like, hey, dude, if you wouldn't have said that,
We were done.
We would have been done.
We were done.
And then we had horrible water pressure, so that was another thing.
Dude, that fucking hydrant. Fuck that hydrant. Fuck that street.
Yep.
It was.
You know, later on, we had, right before I quit, the house next door to it, their garage caught on fire.
Let's take fucking water can to that thing.
And we had to call multiple people in to help with that, too.
You know, and too, like, that was another part. I mean, it sucks. I'm glad I got out when I did because I've seen the news station, too. It ain't the same, man.
No, it's
I mean,
not.
it's cool. It's a palace.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But, like, the guys that went through Station 2 when it was Station 2, fuck, yeah, man. That place was dope as hell.
Yeah, I was kind of upset because towards the end, for a while, probably a year and a half, whenever, I can't remember how long it was, they moved me to the ones. They
Really?
said, hey, we got one guy left off that unit day, and we need a medic and a driver over there.
Ain't my fucking problem.
They didn't give me a fucking choice. They're like, you're moving. So
See, that's that
so
shit.
I moved over there, and they're like, so I'm like, okay, well, hopefully I'll get back to my spot once they get somebody else here.
Yeah.
Well, Buddy became a firefighter and basically
Buddy became a fireman?
yes.
No shit. Shout out
And
to
he
Buddy.
basically took my spot at the twos, and I
Oh, now,
didn't
Buddy,
leave
that's fucked up.
and never left. And I finally got to where I could go back to the twos, and I was back at the twos, and
When it was the new twos or the
yes,
old two? Okay,
yeah,
so it's the
I
new
wasn't
twos.
able to do the last day.
You couldn't finish the last day?
No.
Oh, man, that's bullshit.
So I was managed to get over to the twos. I was happy to be back over there, and then they started doing that whole. They put the third squad in, and for a while there, dude, it was cake.
Really?
You'd come in, you'd be assigned to the tower,
Okay.
and the third squad,
Oh, shit.
and
You can get banged
the
down on the third
tower
squad.
didn't go on all the alarms and didn't go on lift assists.
Really?
And at the time, the third medic unit only went out if both medic units were out.
Which,
So but then they changed it. and it kind of sucked. But and then my last day, I look at the fucking schedule. They got me over to ones. I'm like, you got to be fucking
It's my
kidding
last
me.
day, boys.
My last day.
Yeah.
And you're putting me over to ones, which was kind of cool because I got to see a lot more people over to ones
Right.
and stuff. It is what it is, but
Yeah, my very last run, I remember they tried to move me from the 2s to go to the 1s, and I was like, dog, it's my last shift. I'm not, fuck you, I'm going wherever I want. It ain't happening.
matter of fact, I'm riding in the Chiefs.
Exactly. Fuck you. Give me, I'm fucking chasing, baby. My very last run, it was Ben Dykes was nice enough. He's like, dude, I'll go to Station 1, which also kind of broke my heart because he was also my dog on the other shift. I was like, dude, I want to run my last shift with you. Man, shut that fucking
It's funny.
cat
The
up.
cat's always got to make an appearance.
About that cat. So our last run was me, Jersey, and Teapot, and it was in Hamilton at a CVS. It was pouring down rain. It was a bullshit smoke alarm that went off, and that was it. That was the final run. But I'll say, like, back to memories. One of my favorite things to do was everybody hop in the truck and let's just go drive the knob.
Yeah.
Let's just on a summer night, 68 degrees outside, windows are
Because that
down.
was always fun.
Oh, dude, it was a blast.
You could just sit out in front of the station.
Oh yeah, you can people watch.
You literally see everything and anything go by.
It was some wild shit, man. You got people dying in front doorstep. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
that changed a lot too.
And that's what we used to do back in volunteer days. Just sit out there with, Cowboys,
Yeah.
radio and listen
That's
to
it.
music and watch people go
Oh,
by and wave at them.
That was the
and-
fun shit. You know, one thing we didn't talk about, and I talked about this the other day, was at Station 2 how scary, and I mean fucking scary, it was to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't put a fucking towel underneath that fucking little lip, you were getting.
It didn't matter what bathroom you went to.
No, we'd fucking do. We'd set fireworks off inside. It didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But if you went to the outside bathroom and there was not a towel, there was every bit of 20 to 30 whistlers or whatever were coming under firecrackers, smoke bombs. You'd fucking. It was Vietnam inside
Again,
that motherfucker.
Bauman.
Again, Bauman
In Whitty.
and Whitty. That was their shit.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I was a good Christian kid, and then I met Brian Bauman, and it all fucking changed.
I
man.
think what you're saying is Bauman should be the next guest on the
Oh, I 100% agree with that.
say. So yeah, look into the
Brian,
camera.
yeah, Brian
and
Bauman,
challenge him.
you're up. Okay, you're next. If I got to sit this motherfucker, so do you. Yeah, no, I mean, again, like, I can't. There are just a core group of folks that if they ever needed anything, and I mean, I keep in touch with a couple guys here and there. Bauman and I usually text back and forth when it comes to like hunting shit like that, and I'll reach out. I'm not going to say what me and Ben Dykes text about, but it's some funny shit. And then I think Hazy's living in Disneyland now. But yeah, there's just a couple guys, man, that no matter what, you being one of them, that if you ever needed anything, and again, it comes to the brotherhood thing, but there's just certain folks that you meet in life you never knew, and then you go in the worst scenarios, dangerous scenarios, and you're like, hey, I can count on this motherfucker. And that's a really unique and really cool thing. And I don't know about all jobs. I mean, I got a new job now. And I'm going to tell you right now, ain't nobody in that place that I'm dying for other than my dad because he's there. But, like,
Yeah.
in the fire service, and I'm sure it's the same in the military, where I guess I'm not going to speak on the military because I don't know. I did never live that life. But I feel like when you're in those high-stress situations and scenarios that your crew is your guys, and you will go to absolute fucking war for those dudes. There are, I don't know, it's a lifetime friendship. I mean, you and I always stayed in touch. Time would go by, but we always kept in touch. And,
Yeah.
and there's a couple folks that, like, you could pick right up. And we hadn't seen each other in probably 3-4 years. Now we text or call, but we pick right back up. And I think there's certain guys in the fire service that's how it goes because those are your brothers at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's
Absolutely.
the best fucking job in the world, man. Best job I ever had.
So what is it exactly that you are doing now?
So I am an EHS manager of a company. I won't say the company's name in Mason. So it's environment, health, and safety. So I did the fire stuff. Pre-fire fighting, I was a welder, forklift operator, and blue collar work shit, which I liked. And then went into firefighting. Towards the tail end, went into nursing, left that, and I was like, what am I going to do now? So this opportunity popped up, and I was like, all right, well, environmental health and safety, I've got, combined 18, 20 years of medical service. This should be fine. It's so fucking different than what I thought. I'm not like, it's like machine guarding, OSHA compliance, EPA compliance. It's just different.
Boring.
Yes.
But it pays.
It fucking pays good. No, it's not boring. I mean, from what we're used to, yeah, it's boring as shit. But also in that environment, you don't want anybody getting hurt. With all the compliancy stuff, it's pretty cool because I'm having to use different avenues of my brain. I mean, you got to look at like production and operations and like how that stuff goes, and the safety side of it is, it's not just protecting 200 employees from like machine guarding or like getting mangled or stuff like that, but it's also like compliancy stuff. So yeah, I kind of nerd out on that a little bit with the EPA and the OSHA stuff. I was never gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm one of those dudes that is gonna learn about OSHA 1910 134. Well, I'm one of those fucking guys now.
I know quite a few people that's went into the safety thing
Yeah.
on job site stuff.
Yeah, I like it. I really do. I genuinely do. Again, it's not as exciting as firefighting is. It's not, as far as adrenaline goes, it's not the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
But that's also good.
Yeah.
You don't want that shit to be happening at your company or at your business in the fabrication industry. I do. I genuinely like it. It's a great paying job. It's cool because I get to work with my dad. He's he works on the quality side
Well,
there.
at least it's cool for you.
Yeah, right. You're right. Yeah, it's cool. My dad probably fucking hated it, but no, I like it, man. And it's weird because like I said earlier, you never really know where your career path is going. I'm 42 years old. I still don't know what I'll be when I grow up, and I've heard that before. Like I think this is it. I think this is my niche. I don't know. That might change in 5 years.
Yeah.
You got to do what makes you happy.
Oh, it's going to change.
I'm sure it will.
Because, I'm at my point where I'm getting ready to get out, and I still got to do something for a little bit.
Yeah, how far are you out?
Well, I'm technically retired.
You're on that part-time.
I'm almost,
You dipping right now?
almost 2 years in the drop.
So you are double dipping, you little son of a bitch.
Well, I don't
This is
know
why your
about
tax
double
dollars are
dipping.
so high. This is why the gas. It's not Iran. It's him.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta do something, and it's gonna be hard because this is all I've ever done.
Yeah.
And I'll get stocking shelves at Menards saying fuck this shit. I don't. This is boring.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't want to do anything fire related.
No.
I'm done.
Yeah.
37 years.
You've put your time in.
My girlfriend wants me to go work for Air Care Mobile Care because they got good benefits for part time.
No, they do. You got to lose.
But,
you got to lose a little weight. Get on that
But
motherfucker.
at least that's just private transport from hospital to hospital.
Oh, I got you. Oh, not air flight.
No, yeah.
Because they say,
no,
Mr.
no,
Sims,
fuck
you
that,
got to
no.
drop about
Oh,
45 pounds.
45? More like
sorry.
145.
145. The bird can't get off the ground.
Hey, that happened one day at Forest Park.
Really?
We had a shooting.
Bird
and-
couldn't get off the ground.
Yeah, dude was pretty big. And
shit.
funny thing is, we didn't even call the bird. We saw the shooting happen.
Oh.
It was across the street from the firehouse. We heard it and saw it. And there were, the one guy was pretty much dead immediately. But somebody called for air care. So they landed in our front yard at Forest Park.
No shit.
And we put the dude in there. It starts taking off. And all of a sudden it fucking lands down. He's like, we got to go by ground. He's too heavy. Yeah.
Well, we got a problem,
So
man.
that's true. That is
No
a true
shit.
thing. But yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something for a
Do
couple
you?
years.
And that's the thing too, man. Is like, I've always had my head about me. Like, I can adapt and overcome any scenario, and I think firefighting kind of taught me what that really meant in life. Because you're gonna see some fucked up things, and you're gonna get in some real bad scenarios. You gonna cry about it? You gonna bitch about it? Or are you gonna fucking adapt, overcome, and do your job?
You probably will bitch about it, but
Correct. Yeah, oh fuck, dude, I'm bitching about shit from 5 years ago right now. That's part of it, though.
Yeah.
But it did. It kind of set the stage of like, hey, if you can do that job, you can do any type of job. And to me, firefighting was just, man, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's the greatest job I ever had, man.
I just, it was great to be back where I started my career.
Yeah.
And, but after I got promoted, I was having a lot more time right overtime and, other things. And it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know if I can keep doing. I don't want to be that guy that keeps calling in.
Did you get burned out? Are you burned out?
No, I didn't
Good.
get burned out. But it's like,
Did you just know it was time? Like you? Were
yeah,
just,
they
I'm-
always
I'm
said,
done.
it's time. But
I
it
got
was
you.
still hard. It was still, I was still having a hard time with it.
I agree to that.
But on one aspect, but on the other aspect, it's like, for years, I was the officer at Station 2.
Yeah.
And then they promoted, and not only there, but kind of other places,
Yeah.
like, old man, go sit in the corner.
Yay.
We don't need you anymore. It was you kind of got that feeling, even though this guy's got years of experience,
Yeah.
I know better than you.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I'm carrying some brass, and I'm the.
So-
Meanwhile, you've probably turned more plugs than that motherfucker's driven by.
So,
but
yeah.
Sure.
So that combined with they were not slowing up. They started making as many as I did when I first started Springfield.
Really?
I just got off this morning, and between the two stations, we did 27 runs,
Dude.
and a lot of those are after midnight. Luckily, our station didn't have any, but sometimes we're up all night. But I think I must have been in my gear for like 5 hours yesterday.
I remember you when you would tell your stories of Springfield, and it's like, dude, you guys just run all the fucking time.
And that's now that I've been promoted, I'm in with interviews when people get hired part time,
You gotta
full
do all
time.
the, you gotta do all the pencil
And
pushing bullshit.
one of our questions is tell us what you know about Springfield Township, and they're like, well, yeah, we know you guys are busy. I'm like,
You
yeah,
think?
Yeah, we are.
It's a smidge.
So yeah, it's I always heard in his time, but it's still hard.
When I originally had put my 1 month in, I remember I was at Jewish hospital. I was on a break as a nurse. I was at lunch break, and I remember I read that I was getting moved again, and I was processing it in my head. I said, man, you know what? I think I'm just done. Like I'm done moving. I'm done doing the bullshit. Like the game feels like it's changing. And I remember sending Captain King, an email saying, and Thomas on it too, said, look, this is my 1 month. I'm out. I remember sending that, and then like a week later, be like, you know what? I kind of changed my mind. I'm not quite ready. 3 months, and then I'm out.
Yeah.
And then it became that March, and it was just counting down shifts. And in that last shift, I felt okay. I was this was the right move. But there are definitely times I look back like, man, where would I be if I wouldn't have left? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't ever want to be a lieutenant. I didn't want to carry brass, but I couldn't be a hose jockey for the whole, being 50 years old, dragging a hose and doing. I couldn't
Yeah.
do that shit, man. Plus, I didn't have the back for it.
Well, look, we're going to wrap it up because I know you got places to be, and
I got a
we will
volleyball
we
game,
will
maybe.
go on and on and on. I mean,
No, it won't end.
Yeah, it wouldn't end. So I appreciate you coming over.
Hell yeah,
and
man.
spending time with me.
Absolutely. This was
I
great.
want to get more and more people over here. And,
Dude, we know what
I
you're
don't care
doing.
if anybody watches it, but at least
No,
I
fuck
have it.
We
on
have
my-
this forever now.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck everybody else.
Exactly.
What we need to do is get the old crew over here
Yeah.
and do a round table.
Oh yeah.
Just see where it goes.
Yeah.
The fucking bottle Captain Morgan in the middle. Say, boys, let's see at 6 a.m. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah. Or sit down a cake and nobody's leaving. Or a pizza challenge night.
Oh, you do. Shout out to Casanos.
And David Newland for finishing an
Fucking
entire
goddamn.
large pizza in 14 minutes.
Unheard of.
Yes. So, again, I appreciate
Yeah,
you
man.
coming.
Love you, brother.
And we will hopefully get some more in here and get some more stories. But that's going to do it for now.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for tuning in.
Appreciate you.